All right, and we are live. Iron Lords Podcast, lordsofgaming.net. I am Lord Cognito. And who are these two familiar gentlemen from the realm of Fallout? What's going on?
I am Bill Lacoste, production director on Fallout 76.
I'm John Rush, creative director on Fallout 76.
Mr. Rush. Now, what is going on in the world of Fallout 76? I feel things are being infested.
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
I hate to break this to you guys. The Wasteland can be a dangerous place. You know, we've got groups like Scorched and the Super Mutants and even robots with faulty programming have been watching all these people move into their wasteland since day one of release. Settlers, Raiders, Blue Ridge Caravan Company, what the heck? So they're tired of these folks. They want to get rid of them. So what are they doing? They're uprising and they're infesting choice locations around Appalachia. Around 40 locations on the map could be infested at any time by super mutants, robots, Scorched, ghouls, mole miners. The list goes on. And we can expand on that pretty easy down the road too. So players need to join forces, get in there, take them out. We've got some hard bosses that you got to get through. But if you're lucky enough to survive and persevere, you have a chance at 4-star legendaries.
Ooh. Nice. That's really exciting right now. I'm getting a sense of dynamic events. Also, what's the other thing from the team that you feel you guys are most proud of as far as the feature that's added and also feedback from the community?
You got me? I mean, honestly, I'm always proud of everything that we do as a team. You know, the things that we put out, the efforts that we put into it to bring these types of features to players so that they can engage with it. But I'm also proud of the community as well. You know, we always love how they are so engaged with everything we release, everything that we put out. They're going into Discord, going into Reddit, posting things on Instagram. I'm just proud of, I think, all of the tools that we've been able to give players to play the game the way that they want to play. And, you know, whether you just build camps or you want to go out and do adventuring or you want to do min-maxing, like, we've got it all for you. And I think, that's what I'm most proud of, is just the team's effort to basically build something that players can make their own. And that's been just an amazing journey for us as well. You good? Oh, you like my
You like it? All right, cool. Now, one thing you mentioned was build crafting. That's my thing, right? How do you walk that line as far as, like, OP builds, balance, and then obviously measuring that against the new content?
Well, it's not tough. I wish I had some kind of formula that I could use to employ and get that right every time. So Bill and I had a bit of an awakening over the past couple of weeks. We thought we were great Fallout 76 players. So when we were playtesting Infestations in the studio, we were like, yeah, these are hard. And now that the features come out, we're seeing that they need to be made a little harder. So look out for that coming soon. We're going to make Infestations a bit harder, and we're going to slow them down.
Okay.
We want it to be like sitting back, enjoying a nice cigar. Pleasurable experience, relaxing experience, not a FOMO experience. We want to lengthen those two so that players have a bit more of a chance to get in there and get some of these cool rewards and make memories with their friends.
That's literally what it's all about. Again, love that you guys continue the updates and stuff like that. One thing I do have to ask you, as a person who loves a lot of good performance, are we ready to talk about maybe things for certain platforms that maybe coming soon to the game?
Yeah, for sure. So, we talked about this last year. We talked about next gen and really current gen hardware being supported natively, and that's what we're doing this year. So we're hoping here in June that we'll be able to bring to the players PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X flight builds so they can download, they can play, they can check it out. We'll continue to take the data, of course, to make sure that stability is where we want it and that the game is actually looking the way we expected in the wild. So it'll be kind of part of the PTS cycle as well. So now, not only are you getting to play PTS on Steam, or if you're on Steam, then you can do PTS there. You'll also be able to do it on console. So now you'll be able to check out what's coming out, in the future on PTS at the same time, provide feedback in Discord, on Reddit, wherever you want. So it's super exciting. So we've got that in the pipeline right now. We're going through testing, and hopefully by the end of the summer, we'll have something for everybody to download and play in live. So excited.
That is the best news for me because I'm excited. I'm excited again from a fidelity standpoint, and I like the measured approach, right? Putting in PTS, taking that feedback, and then implementing it and taking that back to the teams. Sure. What other features are we excited about? What's going on? And also, we got to talk about this. What's going on with the ball? What's going on here, guys?
Can't we just have nuke footballs? Isn't that okay?
Nuke footballs,
yeah. Other things going on. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, off the top of my head. Oh, you know what? Funny enough, I think players are really going to like this. Coming to PTS really soon, coming out later this year. Imagine a world where your camp pet becomes your companion. And can adventure the wasteland with you, fight along your side, adventure with you, explore, has a skill tree you can level up, you can name it, you can tell it to sit, you can tell it to kill. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. We've got dogs, cats, hogs, DEATHCLAWS.
Stop.
I mean, does that sound cool? Does that sound okay?
That sounds amazing.
I mean, I don't know. I thought people might like it.
Yes.
You said companion.
I did.
Acronym.
Yeah.
I thought we had settled on Bill.
No. We're done with the Bill stuff.
We're done with the Bill stuff.
Not everything's about you.
He's disappointed.
Not everything's about you, Bill.
Oh, no.
Shame on you.
It was a really good acronym, though.
I mean, that's kind of good, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, that's great.
Companion sounds amazing. So again, we're talking skill tree, we're talking separate, and DEATHCLAWS. We heard that correctly. DEATHCLAWS.
Yes.
DEATHCLAWS. I didn't stutter. Camp pets simply become pets. They simply become pets.
This is awesome. Again, just seeing the journey of the team, the consistent updates, the consistent feedback. You know, I'm really proud to see, again, now that we're getting Infestations, we're getting more features. What would you say is the most challenging thing, though, through this latest update, the latest process, as far as implementing it into this update?
Satisfying everybody. Like, it's because we have so many different ways of players interacting with the game, you know, and it takes a certain period of time for us to develop these features in line, you know, and so it's always something that's going to be for this group and then this group and this group. But you know, yeah, any individual release, it's trying to make everybody happy, and sometimes that doesn't happen. But we do our best, obviously. They can be guaranteed that at least, of course, across the whole scope of the year, that everybody's going to get something for them. So yeah.
Yeah, to that point, you know, as we're putting these updates together, we are respectful of the different types of players that we have. Like, I'm going to oversimplify and boil it down to like adventurers and builders, right? And lucky for us, a lot of our adventurers are builders and vice versa. So sometimes these updates will be more adventurer heavy, like Infestations. Sometimes they'll be much more builder heavy, like Camp Revamp. But in each one, we try to include something for everybody so that everybody feels that their time in Fallout 76 is enriched in some way. But as far as this update goes, I would say probably the two biggest challenges were, one, ascertaining what the proper balance was, right? And again, we underestimated our players once again. They're mowing through these infestations, but we're going to get you back. We're going to make them harder. But also it was finding a way to introduce this feature. This is, you know, more creatures spawning in the world without impacting server performance, right? These live service games, they have a limit for how many high-functioning AI can be on at once. And so that was kind of a big part of being able to put this feature together, was finding a way to do it where it has zero impact to server performance.
No, I love what you're saying. That's actually a great point. Another thing I want to ask in terms of live service is so many games, right? And you guys take a chunk of space. You've seen the resurgence. You got the show. You got everything going on. I guess the question I have for you is, how do you deal with the lapsed player, the person that says, "Look, that looks interesting, but I'm nervous. All my friends are playing Fallout. I'm behind. Like, it's too intimidating." How do you deal with that player?
It's a good question. I mean, I think the the biggest thing for us is whenever we see players who've lapsed, it usually just comes back with content. Whenever we have a big release like that, they come back and they play, and they're like, oh, cool, I'm back in, I'm with my friends, and I'm playing. But the good thing about the game being so approachable for everybody, even the new players, to come in and play and immediately come into some of the events, and some of them will be challenging for the early age, but everything is normalized across the board. So even a new player who comes in at level 20, level 50, level 2, whatever it is, can still do damage to the event boss or whatever it is. So they'll feel like they're making an impact on the event that they're playing in. So yeah, I think, I don't know. You got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's,
He hasn't played, but he's interested. He sees Infestation. He wants to get in.
well, it depends on what level they are.
Oh, with level shaming.
No. I always say this, and I mean it every time I say it. There's never a better time to adventure with friends in the wasteland. Every update we put out, the game gets better. Every update we put out, the game gets more accessible for all types of players. It's discussions that we always have. How can we streamline this? How can we take this line and make it a bit straighter? How can we make this an easier experience? So for the lapsed player coming in, I think that what they're going to see, well, again, it depends on how long they've been lapsed, but they're going to find an excellent community, the best community in gaming. Bethesda Games has the best community in gaming. They're going to find a game that doesn't tell them how to play it, lets them choose how they want to play. They experience the wasteland how they want. So it's a lot of lapsed players that come back in 68 free updates later, by the way, since we've launched, are surprised at how much the game has changed, for the better. So, any lapsed players, come back.
One more point on that too. Yeah, one more point on that. So we also have data too that we actually look at all the time. We know when players leave, what the last thing they did before was, or they did before they left. So we look at that and we try to analyze exactly what are the things that are driving some of them away, but then try to pull them back in, because we know the things that based on their play history and what the events they engage with, we know what they're looking for. Gotcha. And a lot of times, that's on us. It's basically not reinforcing some of the things that they really liked to engage with, whether it could be like daily ops or expeditions or something like that. It's like they were there for a period of time, they got all their rewards, and then we may not have put anything in there. So now they're just like, well, that was my favorite thing to do, now I'm gone. So our job a lot of the times is to make sure that we are going back, like we do with Fasnacht, making sure there's new masks for people to come in and do, making sure that Meat Week has new rewards, all the ones that players really, really are truly in tune with, making sure those are always supported going forward. And, with this latest update, we also have new fish now. People loved doing fishing. We just crossed over the year mark, so now everybody's got their all 12 axolotls and completed their challenge, and they want more fish now and things like that. So it's just making sure that we're constantly listening to the feedback, seeing where players are dropping, where they're coming back, what's pulling them in, what's pulling them out, and making sure that we're constantly putting stuff into the product that's going to keep it alive for everybody.
I have something to add real quick. A superpower that our team has, secret superpower, is our awesome community team. And our awesome community team does a great job of reaching out to our players, whether they're existing players, whether they're lapsed players, or whether they've never even played. They get to hear about these exciting new updates and additions to the game. One cool thing about Infestations is that under the hood, it's wired up so that our live team can literally just turn a knob, and there's more infestations that spawn that can turn a knob and hit a switch and say, look, now the wasteland is being overrun by super mutants, and community can get on there and say, hey, we need your help. Get in there and take out the super mutant invasion. So it's a cool feature that gives our community team a lot of room to play with and tools to use to, entice lapsed players to come back, and at the very least excite our current players.
Awesome. I love how you guys use the data, use the feedback, and then again the tuning. That's pretty awesome, because again, you'll have the players that they'll get the good dominant builds, and they kind of eventually start mowing through the content, right? But to see you guys be like, okay, we can ratchet this up a little bit, and now what? Now you're gonna need help. Now we get together, we band together. That's awesome. I guess the final thing I would say is for the single player narrative guy. I got guys, Lord Sovereign, he's on our podcast. He's a guy, he's intimidated to play with other people. He wants to just have his single player Fallout experience. How do you deal with that player, in Infestations?
again, something we strive for in 76 is not to tell the player how to play. We recognize that we have players that love playing with other people, and we have players that, we recognize that like to play like the original Fallouts and just kind of do it on their own. They can play it either way they want. Now playing solo with an Infestation,
It's gonna be rough.
that's going to be, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. However, it's not impossible, but it's going to be hard. So, yeah, for them, I would just say, good luck.
How can we encourage them, though?
How could we encourage them? We could encourage them by, how could we encourage a single player? I don't know. That's kind of a tough one.
Well,
Get them to be social.
Get them to be
Yeah, absolutely. I think what would encourage them is experiencing our great community, right? And how our great community rallies around a cause. And if that cause is wiping out an infestation, seeing what kind of rewards come from that, So I would say, keep your eyes open. If you see an infestation pop up, chances are there's probably about 5 or 6 people who are en route to that infestation right now. So join up, get some cool rewards. And if you want to keep playing single player, go for it. Nobody's telling you how to play.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Love the feedback. Again, super excited. When can people get their hands on it? Tell the team and our audience that are looking to hear about Infestation all the latest details, because people are excited about this latest new content.
Sorry, what was the question?
As far as where can they go to get their hands on it? When is it going to be out?
It's out now.
All right.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. It came out Tuesday. We're good. We're out now.
Yes.
So get after it.
Exactly.
What Bill said, it's out now. So get some friends together and help get rid of these squatters.
Squatters.
Yeah.
No, an absolute pleasure to have the
Yeah,
realms in the
appreciate it.
realm.
Yeah, for sure.
Fallout 76, love the consistency, love the updates, love taking the feedback, and we cannot wait to get back to the wastelands and infestations.